Still on justice for Mohbad, I want you to pay attention to this particular image. This one. Pay attention to it because you'll be needing it on the journey of discovering fresh, scary evidence that Mohbad and Wumi had a fight. Mohbad and Wumi had a fight. In all narration of Wumi, she did not mention that she had a fight. She just said, I reprimanded Mohbad in the SUV for fighting Prime Boy. And when we got home, everything got settled. He only apologized, knelt down, and then later he asked me about my international passport and his son, Liam. These are the words of Wumi in a narration at the coroner inquest. But you see, in a rush to get justice, there are certain things that people skipped. People did not pay attention to it. And all of these things are right in front of our eyes. They are there. We can see them, but we did not connect it at all. Why? Because certain information had not been released or leaked. People got carried away. But now, people are beginning to review this case of Mohbad, the demise, the mystery, and many other videos, pictures, and all that they released themselves. In fact, people had gone to check timeline, they had gone to check a lot of things, but this particular one will blow your mind. This is deep. This is deep. This is unbelievable. Recall that Spending had said that Mohbad and Wumi had a serious fight. The same fight that the Nigerian police claimed Prime Boy and Mohbad had. Well, Spending said Wumi and Mohbad had a serious fight. Not just argument, physical fight that he had to hold on to the little boy, Liam, with one hand and then hold onto the door of the car so that it will not open on motion. This is what he said at the coroner inquest. I had to hold on to the car because I was worried for their life. What if Wumi falls from the door, like the door opens and Mohbad falls, both of them fall, crack themselves, and RIP. He said he was concerned about that, but both of them were holding on to each other. Wumi was holding on to the top that Mohbad wore, trying to tear the top, threatening him, saying, look, I'm going to release to the world pictures and videos that will make them hate you. I'm going to destroy your career. It is a known fact that both of them oftentimes had their ups and down fights, and these things do happen at times when you are in a relationship with a lady that is streetwise or aggressive, and the guy too is streetwise and aggressive, and or both of them are just trying to gain steps. Who is powerful? Who is stronger? You cannot oppress me. You can't tell me what to do. How dare you? You know, stuff like that. Well, without wasting much of your time, let us listen. Please pay attention to this one from the beginning of it to the end.
Ṣé gbogbo yín rántí pé bàbá Mohbad ìgbà tí Mohbad kú, ẹjọ́ ẹ tó bá ní interview BBC yẹn, ẹ bá mi send ẹ sínú inbox mi kí n lè play kí gbogbo yín lè gbọ́. Ṣé gbogbo yín rántí pé ìgbà tí Mohbad kú, ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ìgbà tó máa ṣe òkú Mohbad, ṣé mọ̀ pé wọ́n ti sọ pé mo kú tó pa Mohbad, ọpẹ́lọpẹ́ very dark black man, òun ló jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé there was a fight. Wùmí dẹ̀ lọ sí tòkú Mohbad, màá gbé fọ́tò yẹn síta tí n bá ti ṣe tán. Ẹ lọ bá wa wo iwájú orí Wùmí wú, níjọ́ kejì tán lọ sí Mohbad màá gbé fọ́tò yẹn síta gbogbo yín máa rí iwájú orí Wunmi wú kí ló wú Wunmi lórí ta ni Wunmi bá jà ṣé ìgbà tí Mohbad ń struggle ni Mohbad la nǹkan mọ́ lórí ni àbí àdúrà àti Wunmi ibi tó ti ń pa Mohbad lọ ti la nǹkan mọ́ Wunmi lórí ẹ bá wa béèrè lọ́wọ́ Wunmi kí ló wú níwájú orí ẹ̀ the second day tí Mohbad kú àwọn apọkọjáyé group sọ pé photoshop ni kí ló fa photoshop pupa fẹ́ lọ sí òkú I'm gonna put that picture out mi ìbá fi wọ̀nyí bí kò sínú fóònù yìí ṣé ń gbọ́ mi kí ló jẹ́ kí orí Wunmi wú níjọ́ kejì tí Mohbad kú and they are telling me there was no fight wọ́n pa ọmọ yẹn struggle tó fi kú ni ó try láti gbé ara ẹ̀ but kò rí gbà màá tún wá fi second thing wọ̀nyí mo ti béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ mo ní ṣé staircase àwọn Mohbad ṣó ti kán tẹ́lẹ̀ staircase níbi òkè ó kán ìyá Mohbad ṣe interview níbi sorry kò ṣe staircase railings ó kán mo dẹ̀ ti béèrè wọ́n ní railings yìí ò kán as far as táwọn wà concerned nígbà tí Mohbad lọ sí show so kí ló kán railings yẹn ṣé ibi tó ti ń jà ní rails ti kán ni àbí kan tí mo sọ yìí ìyá Mohbad ṣe interview níbi rails yẹn gangan bí a wá dúró síbẹ̀ tí fídíò lọ síbi rails yẹn ni ṣùgbọ́n rails ẹ ti mọ rails staircase ó kán kí ló kán odindi rails staircase níbi tí ọmọ òkókó ti ń rìn níbi tí ọmọ òkókó wà tó bá jẹ́ pé ó ti kán ti pẹ́ wọn á ti tún ṣe méjèèjì ni máa gbé síta tí n bá ti ṣe tán mo tún discover yẹn ìgbà tí mo because tèmi náà mo ń ṣe investigation tèmi lábẹ́ kí ló wú Wunmi lórí àárọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì tí Mohbad kú kí ló wú lórí ẹ bá wa pé Wunmi kẹ́ bá mi béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ kí ló wú Wunmi lórí we need to know bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé àwọn olórí burúkú ọpọkọdáyé wọ́n sọ pé photoshop ni ó fẹ́ lọ sin ọkọ ẹ̀ ó wá ṣe photoshop kó rí ẹ wú why táwọn people yóò ronú kó tó sọ̀rọ̀ náà ṣó lórí burúkú ni gbogbo wọn ni ká tiẹ̀ má rí ìkankan tó ní ẹ bá mi dìyẹn mú ṣé gbogbo yín rántí pé gbà tí Mohbad kú èmi gangan sọ fún yín pé mi ìdá sí the first day tó ń gbé síta because number one I don't know him ṣé ń gbọ́ mi but ìgbà táwọn èèyàn wá ń sọ pé Christian ni ìyẹn ló mú mi wà curious pé kí ló mú bàbá ọmọ yìí tó sín the fact pé Christian ni ẹ má gbàgbé pé mo bọ́ta níjọ́ yẹn mo ṣe bàbá ńlá show fún bàbá Mohbad mo bú bí ṣe ń bú gan ni mo sọ pé ikú mà dóró ipe tí ìyá ọmọ yóò bá kú mo mọ̀ pé wọn tí lè sín ṣé ń gbọ́ mi gbogbo wa ti bú bàbá yẹn a ti ṣépè fún bàbá yẹn Wunmi dákẹ́ kò sọ̀rọ̀ Dàróṣà dákẹ́ kò sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ ti ń wo bàbá yẹn látijọ́ tó ti ń bọ́ sórí social media ọ̀rọ̀ kan tí bàbá yẹn ti ń sọ látijọ́ ẹ̀ ló ń sọ kò change ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ látijọ́ tó ti ń sọ ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ sí mọ̀ pé bàbá yẹn òótọ́ ló ń sọ ṣàbẹ̀ pé bàbá yẹn náà bọ́ta pé èmi kọ́ ẹ bá mi wá interview BBC kí n play ẹ̀ fún gbogbo ayé ẹjọ́ ẹni tó bá rí until gbà tí BBC lọ interview bàbá yẹn ni bàbá yẹn wá jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé BBC gan béèrè ni bàbá yẹn ò sọ BBC sọ pé bàbá kí ló mú yín tẹ́ kánjú lọ sin ọmọ yín bàbá wá sọ pé èmi kọ́ ni mo lọ sìn ìgbà tí mo wà ń bẹ̀ wọn ò pè mí gan bàbá yẹn ṣàlàyé ó lóun kọ́ lòun sìn ipe kò sí owó tó máa fi sin Mohbad Davido dẹ̀ sẹ́ndì 2 million sí wọn ṣàlàyé pé gbogbo wa ò mọ gbogbo eléyìí Wunmi ò dẹ̀ bọ́ta sọ pé ẹ má bú bàbá yìí ò mọ̀ ń pa ẹ Dàróṣà ló sìn ẹ bá mi máa dé o ẹ̀yin onílàkàyè because gbogbo èèyàn sọ pé why are they attacking Wunmi this is the reason we are attacking Wunmi tó bá jẹ́ pé ikú òótọ́ ni Mohbad kú kí ló take wọn kí ló hide what are they hiding if they have no blood on their hands ìgbà tí bàbá yẹn sọ pé Dàróṣà ìgbà tó fẹ́ kówó yẹn fóun òun ní kọ́kọ́ fún Dàróṣà bàbá lóhun ò mọ nǹkan kan jẹ́ lọ wá gbogbo ìpinnu Jóòbù kí n fún yín ẹ̀yin tẹ́ flag Facebook yẹn ṣé ń gbọ́ mi gbogbo yín. Bàbá sọ pé Darosha ló lọ ra pósí. Bàbá sọ pé òun fẹ́ máa lọ sí òun á máa lọ sí Kòròdú. Sorry, ìgbà tó kúrò mọ́ṣúárì nìyẹn. Wọ́n kọ́kọ́ lọ sí police station. Police station ò fún wọn ní. Bàbá ní wọ́n ti fẹ́ fáwọn. Ó ní ọlọ́pàá yẹn lọ sínú ilé 3 hours ló lò. Ó ní ìgbà tó máa bọ́ta, ó lọ́ọ̀gá ẹ̀ ló bọ́ta. Ó ní wọ́n ní káwọn máa lọ, ipe wọn ní fáwọn ní police report. Ipe because àwọn ò ní death certificate. Ẹ má gbàgbé pé Peruzzi hospital wọ́n ní wọ́n fún Wunmi ní death certificate àbí kí ni death pé wọ́n ti kú. But Wunmi ò mú sílẹ̀ láti lè show ọlọ́pàá kán lè bá fún wọn ní ìwé tó máa mú lọ sí mortuary. Ẹ bá wá pé Wunmi pé kí ló dé tí ò ṣe mú ìwé yẹn sílẹ̀. Now, ṣàbà pé tí ò bá ń ṣe pé bàbá yẹn jáde tó sọ, bàbá là àtàkì pé ó lọ sin ọmọ yẹn. Àṣé ó gbé òkú ọmọ yẹn. Now, ẹ má jẹ́ kí n jump. Ìgbà tí ọmọ yẹn kú, ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Mo gbọ́ tó tún ti ń sọ pé bàbá ló lọ ra pósí. Àwọn olórí burúkú apọkọjáyé wọ́n tún ti ń update pé bàbá ló lọ ra pósí. Báwo ló ṣe jẹ́ bàbá? Ẹ má gbọ́ o. Ọmọ yìí kú. Wọ́n ní Monday ló ti kú bá ṣe gbọ́, but Wunmi sọ pé Tuesday ló kú. Ọmọ tó kú ní Tuesday, pé bàbá ẹ̀ látàárọ̀ tó ti kú. Bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ẹ ti pè ìyá ẹ̀, ẹ ti plan pẹ̀lú ìyá ẹ̀. Pé bàbá ẹ̀ láti pé àwọn kan ló pé o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ bá wa bí Wunmi pé ta ló pé gbogbo àwọn 100 people tí bàbá bá nínú ilé ìgbà tó máa fi débẹ̀. Ta ló pé àfáà? Ta ló pé lọ́yà? Ẹ pé àfáà, ẹ pé lọ́yà. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ pé bàbá ọmọ tó lọ́mọ. Ìgbà tí olórí burúkú Wunmi máa sọ̀rọ̀, ó lóun àti bàbá ò kì í sọ̀rọ̀. Wunmi, ó máa deprive ẹ ní gbogbo nǹkan tó bá tọmọ ẹ pẹ̀lú ọmọ ẹ lórúkọ Jésù. Wunmi, you will be deprived of your entitlement to your child. Àtọmọ tó máa bí, àtẹ̀yí tó yìí máa bí, ó máa deprive ẹ in all ramification pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tó deprive bàbá yẹn. Ó pé bàbá tó ní ọmọ, ó pé lọ́yà, ẹ pàfà, ẹ pé lọ́yà, ẹ pé èèyàn 100. Dè ní ìwọ̀n sọ fún wa ẹni tó pé èèyàn 100 yẹn. Ìgbà tó wá ní kó pé bàbá, ẹgbẹ́ nǹkan tó lórí burúkú wọn sọ, wọ́n ní bàbá wà ń bí apalọ̀ ìgbà tó pé bàbá tí ò kí ń mọtí. Bàbá tí ò kí ń mọtí, irọ́ tó lọ pa fọ́lọ́pàá nìyẹn o. Bàbá tí ò kí ń mọtí, wọ́n ló wà ní bí apalọ̀. Bàbá tó wà ń bí apalọ̀, ó tẹ̀lé wọn dé Ṣàngó tẹ̀dó àbí nǹkan kan. Ìyá Mohbad ló pe bàbá yẹn. Bàbá láwọn ti pa ìyá Mohbad kí bàbá pàdé òun níbì kan, mi ì máa dúpọ̀ wọn. Bàbá nígbà tóun débẹ̀, òun gbọ́ tó tún pé ìyá Mohbad pé kó sọ fún bàbá kó padà sílé, ipe ara Mohbad ti yá. But wọn mọ̀ pé bàbá ń gbọ́. Ìyá Mohbad sọ bàbá, bó ṣe ń bá ìyá Mohbad sọ̀rọ̀ ṣe mọ̀ pé yẹn daft. Bàbá ń gbọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀. Bàbá ní project ṣe kúrò lórí fóònù. Bàbá ní àwọn ò padà, àwọn ń lọ síbẹ̀. Àwọn ṣe ń gbọ́, bàbá lóhun ò padà. Ó náwọn ló sọ pé ara ọmọ òun ò yá. Kí ló tó sọ pé kóun padà sílé. Bàbá yẹn dẹ̀ lọ síbẹ̀. Bàbá níbi tẹ́rọ pọ̀ dé ìgbà tóun débẹ̀. Bàbá sọ pé ẹ̀yìn kitchen lòun gbà wọlé. Ẹ̀yìn ló gbà wọlé. Bí bàbá dẹ̀ ṣe wọlé, bàbá lóhun ò tí ì bìlífù gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ pé ọmọ òun kú. Bàbá níbi tóun ti ń bá ọmọ òun sọ̀rọ̀ lókè tóun bá ti lọ sílé wọn. Ibi tó bá ti ń bára wọn sọ̀rọ̀, ibẹ̀ lòun kọ́kọ́ lọ pé bí ọmọ òun wà ń bẹ̀, bí yá April Fool ló ń lò fóun. Bàbá yẹn dẹ̀ tara ṣàṣà, ó lọ síbi tọ́mọ ẹ̀ wà. Bí bàbá ṣe wọnú ilé, bàbá lóhun rí duvet, kò ṣe double o, kò ṣe single duvet o. Duvet extra king size tó sókì fẹ́ jẹ́, tó dàbí aró. Ibi tí bàbá ti ń wò, bàbá yẹn bú sẹ́kún. Ẹkún bàbá ló gbọ́. Wọn ò bá gbé bàbá gan ti gùnkè. Ẹkún bàbá ló gbọ́ tó sọ pé dáàdì ẹ máa bọ̀ ń bí, ọmọ yín wà ń bí, ọmọ yín wà ń bí. Ìgbà tí bàbá máa sọ̀kalẹ̀, abẹ́ staircase ni bàbá ti rí ọmọ ẹ̀ tó ti fi òwú sí nímú àtẹ́tí. Ẹ fẹ́ fi ìjẹkújẹ, ẹ fẹ́ fi bò tọ́mọ́lẹ̀, ẹ gbàgbé ẹ̀. Ta ló lè gbarú ẹ̀ kí ọmọ yín kú tọ́mọ yín ò dẹ̀ ní kú mọ́ yín lórí? Ó wá pè yín, wọ́n ti pè yàn 100, wọ́n ti pè lọ́yà, wọ́n ti pè pásítọ̀, wọ́n ti pè àfáà, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n pè bàbá tó lọ́mọ. Bàbá tó jìṣẹ́ jìyà lórí ọmọ. Ìyá tẹ́ pé gan ìyá àlùfàǹṣà ní ìyá ni. ìyá àjàrà búkà ni tí ò mọ bọ́mọ ṣe ń jẹ tí ò mọ bó ṣe mu ìyá tó ti rìn lọ 10 years I know sí mọ́ mi bàbá ní Mohbad wò ṣe fún ni 15 years ni. ṣé nǹkan tí mo sọ yé yín wọ́n wá pé bàbá yẹn ìgbà tí bàbá tún máa sọ̀kalẹ̀ wọ́n gbé ọmọ lọ́mọ bàbá rí ọmọ ẹ̀ lábẹ́ staircase tó gbé síbẹ̀ bí gígẹdú lifeless wọn ò tiẹ̀ protect ọmọ yẹn Wùnmí olórí burúkú wàá wá máa sọ pé husband of your youth aláyé bàjẹ́ ọmọ òfò staircase ẹni tó pè ní husband of your youth tó jẹ́ pé abẹ́ bíríìjì 10 years ago ni wọ́n àtọ́ lórí burúkú wèrè DJ sọ̀rọ̀ DJ yẹn jọ yín lójú ni ẹ wo bó ṣe rí ó ti mú gbóyò orí jakujaku aláyé bàjẹ́ tó ní àwọn jọ ń sọ abẹ́ bíríìjì ní age 10 àwọn fẹ́ ṣe remix pẹ̀lú Davido ní irọ́ ni o àgbésùn lọ fi ṣe fún Davido àbí kí ló lórí burúkú yẹn ń jẹ́ àwáyé má ṣe rere apàdánù tó ṣiṣẹ́ DJ tí ó tà tó ṣe remix tí ó tà wọ́n wá fún ẹ lówó kó abájọ ṣójọ yín lójú náà ní fínà kí nìyẹn fẹ́ sọ oní wíìgì SpongeBob wọ́n ti bribe ara wọn fínà after tó ṣe interview yẹn iṣẹ́ ni Wùnmí bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní celebrate fínà lórí page ẹ̀ kí ni Wùnmí celebrate fínà fún ipò bá yín ṣe nǹkan tẹ́ran because tí ò bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni oní wíìgì SpongeBob ibẹ̀ yẹn kọ́ là ń lọ sìn ṣe ń gbọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n tún wá parọ́ pé meanwhile iṣẹ́ mẹ́pọ́n ti lọ sí police station Thursday because bàbá lọ competition pé kọ́ gbé gbogbo wọn lọ sí court ta ló fún Dàróṣà ní certificate láti sin ọmọ òun gbogbo àwọn tó wà níbẹ̀ kan gbé wọn lọ court wọ́n wá pè wọ́n wá níjọ́ Thursday pé kán wá sọ̀rọ̀ ṣàmọ̀ pé wọ́n ti fíw pé táwọn bá sọ pé àdúrà ló ẹ̀ ń bá mu Mohbad bàbá máa sọ pé òkè tó rójọ́ mọ́ àwọn control ẹ̀ under the carpet ìgbà tó débẹ̀ Dàróṣà sọ pé òun kọ́ lòun ẹ̀ ń bá mu Mohbad ó sọ pé àdúrà ni wọ́n wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ àdúrà náà sọ pé òun lòun ẹ̀ ń bá mu ẹ̀ abẹ́ ẹ̀ gbọ́ mi wọ́n sọ pé ẹni tó bá ń parọ́ ó máa ń gbàgbé kíákíá àdúrà náà sọ pé òun lòun ẹ̀ ń bá mu nǹkan tó ṣe plan pé kàdúrà sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé because wọ́n ti wò pé tàdúrà bá sọ pé òun lòun ẹ̀ ń bá mu Mohbad bàbá máa sọ pé òun ò ṣe mọ́ pé kán fi kéèsì yẹn sílẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá yẹn wá sọ pé bàbá ọmọ yín mà lọ sọ pé òun ẹ̀ ń bá Mohbad ẹ̀mẹ́ta lọ́lọ́pàá yẹn sọ ẹjọ́ kí lọ́lọ́pàá yẹn sọ fún ó ní ọmọ yín mà lọ sọ pé òun ẹ̀ ń bá Mohbad bàbá sọ pé I don't care.
Now, the picture that a lot of people missed, according to Wumi's supporters, they claim that that picture had been photoshopped. They said it is not true. They said that cannot be Wumi's forehead or the side of her head. They said, no, it is not true. So people are asking questions. Who photoshopped it? And what was the need for that to be photoshopped? I know there is a lot circulating on social media. People are kind of frustrated because they believe that Mohbad is not getting the justice that they want him to get swiftly. They believe that justice is being delayed, sort of. They believe that the process, the steps towards gaining this for Mohbad is too slow. What happened to Mohbad? What happened to Wumi's head? That is the question. What happened to Wumi's head? That part of Wumi's head. Who photoshopped it? Why was it photoshopped? Was there a need for Wumi's head to be photoshopped? Now, this was the moment Wumi was to drop the charm that her grandmother, according to her, had given to her to drop in Mohbad's coffin. Yes, that was the day. She went to that particular place to finalize what she needed to finalize. If she had the opportunity, she would not have even gone there. She would have said, no, I cannot go there. I am not supposed to go there. It is not in our culture to be there. She would have come up with so many lies. The question is this: why is Wumi's head bumpy? Why is there a bump on Wumi's head? Why is Wumi not saying the truth? What happened? Was there a fight? Now, our guest is making it clear that she had done some underground findings, and the picture, in fact, there is a particular place that Mohbad's mother had an interview, like a talk. And if you observe that particular part where she had that interview, they say the banister, that is the rail, is not as it should be, meaning it is broken. According to her, she said it is not possible for that rail to have been broken without repair, particularly with a little child crawling in that house. It would be stupid of them to have left it that way, that something happened. According to her, Mohbad probably had been struggling to help himself, and this resulted into Wumi's forehead probably being, maybe Mohbad had kind of hit Wumi's head in a bid to escape. Probably was kind of in a terrible situation where he couldn't help himself, where he was struggling to stand up. You know, imagine you are laying on the bed and someone comes hard at you. The person hides a sharp object and strike you with it. That's what we are talking about. A lot of men, I'm using the word men to mean male, because if you're a real man and you've gone through process in life, or you've had one or two experiences in life, you will know the strength of a woman. That the strength of a woman does not lie on the bed alone. It is deeper than that. There are women that are physically strong. And moreover, what about you not being aware or not watching? Or because you have thought less about what that individual could do to you? Oh, she's a woman, she can't do nothing. And you lose guard. You lose guard. You feel that that person is weak. What can she do? I will deal with her. And she has something behind her, like what a lot of people have suspected. While she claimed she was cooking her jollof rice, did she have something that she used on Mohbad? After all, this is a young lady that had to survive on the street for a long time. She had been away from home. For you to be on the street surviving, you must have learned one or two. You have to be radical to live on the street. Look at the other lady that came out recently. She said that she's friends with Wumi. She came to the so-called birthday party of Liam. She was at that birthday party. She was there. She claimed that she and Wumi had been on the street, their life had been tough and difficult, times that they had to sleep where they are not supposed to sleep, all because they needed to attain, and all of that. That Wumi is a fine rapper, like she can rap, she can sing, and that she gave it all for love. And I'm like, wait, did Wumi marry a pastor or a banker that does not want entertainment? Or was she in a relationship with someone who does not like fame? What exactly is this? I don't really get it. Said Wumi gave it all for love. She had this interview with one Fina. What's she called? Yeah, Fina. One lady like that. I don't know if she became popular through this Big Brother, Pro, Olosho, and nonsense things that they do. This is bad. So, Wumi as a rapper or on the street with no father or mother caring for her, not interested in upgrading her life, Wumi refused the offer that her elder sister gave to her to come abroad. Now, she also talked about the picture of Wumi and Davido. Yes, it is true. In this picture, we all saw Wumi and this same lady. And she gave us stories of how Davido came to Ikorodu and they took pictures together. It was to perform, it was to sing, and that Wumi is really into the music thing, that Wumi is a fine rapper, but this and that happened, blah, blah, blah. She said a lot of things. So what I'm trying to emphasize, where I'm driving to is this. Wumi must have learned. Wumi must have learned how to survive on the street. That is the truth of it. Wumi learned survival on the street. So she knows how to handle herself if she needs to attack. She knows how to handle herself if an attack is coming. This is how she has been able to survive on the street. Now, Mohbad and Wumi met. In between, of course, they had their issues. A lot of people have said Mohbad should have left her a long time. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. A lot of people might look at the body structure of Wumi, how slim she is. And that is a weapon. Slim, tiny, petite. Oh, this one cannot do harm. This one cannot attack nobody. This one can't do nothing to nobody. This one cannot erase anybody. Now, this one called Candy Blix, that's her name. Her name is Candy Blix. She's the one that said she's from the same part of the country with Wumi. At first, she said she's Wumi's cousin. Then later, she said we are from the same part. Not really like we are, not really like we are really, really related by blood. Her name is Blessing Akiode. She said she's a rapper. I don't really know her. She's still an underdog or whatever it is. But her stage name is Candy Blix. Now, she also said in this particular interview that Wumi and Davido never dated themselves. I'm not saying that they did. And we don't really care who Wumi had dated. What we are concerned about is justice for Mohbad. Justice for Mohbad. Both of them, Candy Blix, Wumi, whatever music group they both were in, whatever talent she has, whatever it is, it's not our business. It's not our business. What we care about is DNA as a pathway to confirming certain things about the demise of Mohbad. That's what we are interested in. Justice for Mohbad is what we are interested in. Now, let us proceed a little bit into translation. Now, if you observe Mohbad's father's narration of what he saw, what he heard, and what he thinks, it has not changed. It has not changed. That man has remained consistent in all that he has ever said. And also, a lot of people observed, and that was what brought about the first, misconception at the beginning. He was sort of like not willing to speak bad, derogatory about any member of the family, either the prime suspect Wumi, Adura, Darosha, or even friends of Mohbad. Never did we hear from Mohbad's father hammering on Naira Marley. No, he didn't do that. He only said what he knows and what he heard. What he heard is what he said. He only said what he heard, nothing more. It is now left for people to draw their conclusion. It's now left for the police to do their job. He didn't spin stories like Mohbad's mother. Today she's saying this, tomorrow she's saying that. There was never a time that Mohbad's father came out to talk about how Mohbad's mother has been a bad woman, how she ran away from home, how she behaved badly. He was pressed and pressed and pressed. In fact, he only spoke in response to what Mohbad's mother said. It was Mohbad's mother that came out to talk. And Mohbad's father did not just pick up phone, camera, and start talking. He had to respond to this when he went on Oriyomi Hamzat's platform. That was the first time that he really laid bare a little. He was reluctant because it doesn't make sense. Speaking that way is more or less like you are throwing stones at yourself. After all, that woman, you've been with him before. That woman has children for you. And these people in question, you've interacted with them. Some have even disowned you. They say you are no longer their father. So it's a complex thing for him. Very emotional for him. But Mohbad's mother, she's just shooting the breeze, opening her mouth like smelling dustbin, talking. So at the beginning, people had that misconception about Mohbad's father. He said, oh, look at him. He just went to bury his son. Is that what he should have done? Is that how human beings are supposed to behave? Is this right? Is this wrong? Is this that? A lot of people said things about him. Why? Because he closed his mouth. Not until BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, Yoruba, came to interview him. That was the only time he had to open up on things that happened. And because it is BBC, Wumi, Mohbad's mother, Wumi's mother, and the rest of these goons, they came out gun blazing, screaming, shouting, trying this emotional blackmail thing, trying to deceive people. But didn't work. That day, everything, the veil got torn. People saw inside. And people realized that we are dealing with vampires, scorpions, snakes. Then the man said, I'm not the one that buried my son. No, I didn't bury him. In fact, there was no cash with me to do what I needed to do. Things were so bad. I and my son were not really I just had some kind of a little bit of withdrawal. Things were so bad. The love that my son had for me wasn't like how it used to be. I tried my best. To caution him on certain things. I'm not perfect, but I did try my best. So what was this thing about? Somehow, it seems Mohbad's loyalty, focus, support shifted to his mother. Mohbad wanted his father and his mother to come together. But somehow along the line, it seems the man and the woman, things are not connecting. It's like maybe the woman has not changed. She's still the same old serpent. I mean, that is what the man believes. I'm not in their marriage. I'm not judging Mohbad's mother based on marriage. Yeah, we're only talking about and judging her based on the demise of her son and her role and what she's still doing now. About marriage, I don't care because we are not part of it. We can't even say if Mohbad's father is a good husband. He might be a good father, but not a good husband. We don't know about it. It's between both of them. They are adults. Although to a certain extent, it affected Mohbad at the end of the day. Because look at it now. Pegging themselves in different direction. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. There was never a time that Wumi came out, Darush or any of them, came out to say, no, don't say this about Mohbad's father. Right from where we lived, down to the police station, that was the last time we saw Mohbad's father. He left and went home since the mob could not take Mohbad. The next thing is for you to bury. Or are you going to keep him on the street or keep him inside of your room? Doesn't make sense. So the next step, if the police refuse you and the morgue refuse you, what will you do next? The man went to look for a place where Mohbad will be buried. Luckily, or let's say unluckily, because it's not a good thing, the land, the so-called land that they claim that Mohbad bought, that Mohbad's so-called in-laws had scammed him, if not for his father that stepped into it, that place was where Mohbad was to be buried. If not for BBC, we will not know that 2 million naira was sent by Davido. We heard it was 4 million. Some people took 2 million from his stories. Wumi did not say a word. Just imagine. They called the Islamic cleric. We don't know which one that one is. Maybe it's Babalawo, native doctor. We don't know who that one is. They called that, and they called a lawyer. That was the first thing that came on the mind of Wumi. I need to get a lawyer. Because her mind was swift. Definitely in contact with her own mother. The next thing they thought of is, hey, get lawyer and also get an Islamic cleric, diabolic, or whatever that one is. Get a spiritualist and get a lawyer. Just imagine the combination. What was that spiritualist there for? To help secure or push away the spirit or tie the spirit or take something out of the body of Mohbad or to protect Wumi from any spiritual. What was the purpose of that particular one there? And what is the purpose of the lawyer? If not that Mohbad's father screamed about the thumb-printed will, today they would have released that will as proof that Mohbad wanted Liam to have everything that belongs to him, as if he was preparing to buy. This is just a guy of 27. What does Mohbad have? What does he have? This guy of 27. What does he have? He's just trying to rise up. The SUV that they said he bought, house that they said he bought, we still do not have full evidence of everything, like complete. And we know how these guys roll. They go meet a dealer of a car and pay a certain amount. They are giving up opportunity of mortgage because of their fame and popularity. Something that maybe another person would not get. So they get to that dealer. If the car is worth, let's say, 10, they have an agreement with the dealer maybe to pay maybe a quarter of it, and then slowly they pay the rest of it. And they say, he has bought a car. Yes, he bought it, but it's a loan that he has to kind of pay. If you don't pay, trouble. If you can't pay, like, beat up the payment. So these guys, they do these things. We don't know. It's about packaging. It's all over the place. It's a person. It's a lifestyle. It's between you and the dealer. Did Mohbad buy a house? It's the same thing. You can either pay cash down, full, complete, or instrumentally. It's still the same thing, depending on who you are dealing with, because of their popularity. Oh, it's Mohbad. Okay, Baba, don't worry. I'm going to deal with this properly. Don't worry, I'm going to pay you. They get lawyers, they sign, and you pay a certain amount of money. You start living in that house. And you pray that whoever it is that you go in contract with will not manipulate and twist and change something and sell it to someone else and ask you to go out. So they do these things too. Yes, Mohbad was traveling, doing gigs here and there. How much was the last gig that he went? How much did he gain? How much did he get? Was he paid like £100,000? No. Was he paid £50,000? No. Was he even paid £10,000? No. Not true. How much did the people that came to the show, how much did they pay? Did they pay £200 to come watch Mohbad? So this guy was just trying to, that's what I'm trying to explain, is that Mohbad was just trying to kind of catch up, like package himself with all the problems he had with his record label. How many shows did the record label, how many people even know Mohbad's song? People say these things. How many songs of Mohbad did you know back then, before his demise? So how could he have gotten a lot of music stream and all of these things. Oh, he sang with this person, sang with that person. And he sang. Don't forget that he's singing with stars. So they have a kind of like, hey, we are the one helping you. Although you are the new street on the block, but we are helping you. Okay, we are going to pay you this X and Y amount of naira. We're giving you 3 million to be. We're giving you 2 million to ride on this one. And the record label is there too. And when he decided to be by himself, he was just beginning to like catch up before things turned into RIP. So sad. So Wumi did not call Mohbad's father. Our excuse is, both of us, we don't talk anymore. You mean like RIP? You are now saying you are not in talking terms with the father of the disease. Does it make sense? At that point, there is something like we don't talk. So she kept that, and they were now communicating to Mohbad's mom, communicating via Mohbad's mom. If not that the man was smart, he was listening into the conversation that whoever was having with Mohbad's mother grabbed the phone, stepped into action because he heard and tell Mohbad's father not to come, that Mohbad is fine. They wanted to quickly seal up. Okay, let us look at it this way. What was their plan? If Mohbad's father and mother was not to come, and Darusha is already doing the embalming, what was the plan? Were they going to put him under the soil, or they were now going to bring Mohbad to Ikorodu, Mohbad's father's house? What were they planning? Like, okay, you know what? Don't come here to see, because you guys are old. We don't want anything to happen to you guys. Go home. Then we will bring it to meet you at home. When you bring it to meet the person at home, does it still stop the person from, let's say, having hypertension or heart failure? Like, I don't get it. Like, person is at home. My son is sick. Oh, they say he's fine now. Let me go home and relax. Then, the next thing, you get a knock and they say, hey, this is Mohbad. He's gone. So their plan, from the way I'm looking at it, was to go and put Mohbad under the soil like ASAP. That was their plan. Embalm him, package him, let's build up the story properly and go and lay him to rest. Then we will now call them and say, Mohbad has been put under the soil. But the man went to that house. He said the place was filled up, meaning a lot of people know what is going on. A lot of people have been alerted. They came there. The man went through the back door, got upstairs, screamed. They say, Daddy, Mohbad is under the staircase. He came rushing downstairs, thinking Mohbad was sitting downstairs. Then, what he saw is not a sight to behold. Justice for Mohbad.